Yeah, good day, all. Good to see everybody here and be a part of your energy. Thank you. Um, I've been in a space where Source has been talking to me a lot about ego, and the ego is has many forms. We are embodied into our ego. It's a protector of our individuality, basically, is what our ego is. And as we step into coming into our childlike state, as we move into be bringing heaven onto earth, as we do that, we become into our child state. It's not that you have to become a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. It's that you will be a child as you enter it, because that's the natural state of it. So one thing I was shown today is that um, the beating of your heart is the laugh of God, basically, and the laughing state is the pure bliss state that we are needing to attune to. So that's why laughter, I mean, brings us into, yeah, no worries. The beating of the heart is the laugh of God, basically. It's ha ha ha. And we're hearing that when we're first um, developing ourselves into the womb of our mothers. And so, as we create ourselves around all the information that we're getting, our ego protects us in our I-ness, the one, the individuality that we each have. So that it also pulls up some negative traits, that. Like after we're born and we're like starting to be a kid, I don't want to do that. It's a rejection. I don't like to. I don't want to. And we need to kind of like look back into like how we talk to ourselves throughout the day and how the if those words come up within our own consciousness that we can um, release those and allow like source to speak to us if you may not want to do it, but maybe the experience of doing something leads you into something better than what you were expecting it to be. And we gotta like the the I think it was like culminating in that we need to have better expectations of what things could be. As a child, sometimes we don't know what our expectations should be for something, and you have to experience it to develop what an expectation should be that you desire, that you don't want to or you want to. But like we also need to want to bond with our like experiences. And so that's like the two opposing forces that we're working with in the gravitational of our feminine, basically, is the bonding and rejection of things. Do you like it or not like it? And we've got to like break away from that because those are two ego thoughts. And the more we can like break away from like liking or disliking, the easier it is for us to find the like what we should intuitively do into source, I guess, is like the experience that like our higher self wants to experience. Like our higher self is like the parent just overseeing us as children. Even when we claim we're adults, like we're as an adult, that's just your main character role that you decided to be in life, basically. And you're just still a child moving through those, trying to help another child sometimes after we've had kids. It's kind of just silly things. And if at some points, like when my children would like want these serious things defined and I'd have to tell them why something was like that was like the hardest thing for me to come up with in my life, you know. It's like I don't know why. I'm just doing it because I was told that's why. And then sometimes like we just need to like experience things in order to find out what it is. Like I guess I don't know. It's so it all comes down to is that like we're in a point of releasing ego right now as our human individuality to embrace like the collective consciousness ego, and like we have to define what it is that's like why, and allow our childlike nature to say, you know, is that silly? Like, do those two things belong together? When two things don't belong together, that's what makes us laugh, you know, and sometimes that's what spirit wants us to do. We see those things and observe it, just allow a laugh to come to us, you know, just like we're sitting there trying to be serious, like, well, why is that? You know, like I tend to laugh every time my kids ask me those silly questions, and then we'd end up laughing for a little while. Like I'd make some other non-serious observation and just try to proliferate that into like what we were all doing. So I don't know. That's kind of what's come through. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Vince. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, that's interesting that you brought that through, that frequency through, because that's actually something I've been channeling this week, thinking about specifically the ego. So that was really interesting. That it's something that's in the field clearly that we're picking up on these same threads. And I think what I'll do is I'll kind of walk us back down where we were at in the. Yeah, thank you so much, Vincent. Appreciate your words as always, bro.